What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Snuck. Hello, dear watcher. My sweet audience, you may be seeing this message because you had a Beachbody ad on this video and you were thinking about leaving a comment to tell me, just in case I didn't know. I'm here to tell you that yes, I do in fact know that Beachbody puts ads on my videos as well as every other anti-MLM video you may ever see. And you know what? I'm okay with it. And let me tell you why. Beachbody is using their ad dollars to advertise on YouTube, which ends up partially in my pocket. So therefore, Beachbody is actually paying me to talk shit about them and or their business structure. So next time you see a Beachbody ad on an anti-MLM video, you can rejoice in the thought that they are paying us to talk shit about them. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hi. I have a boo update for you guys today. Well, a few boo updates actually. I'm just gonna jump right into it, dudes. I have to give a big shout out to MLM on Instagram, Facebook. Oh, by the way, I have a gin and tonic because it's gonna be a long one today. Anyway, MLM has done some incredible sleuthing. So if you've watched my 2 videos so far on Black Oxygen Organics, well, first of all, if you haven't, you really should. I did a deep dive and then an update video. So please go watch those if you haven't already. So if you have watched those, you know that Black Oxygen Organics, their CEO's name is Mark Saintonge, and Mark has been running around basically ever since Boo Skeptics started coming out and finding stuff out about the Moose Creek Bog, the Castleman Bog, the area where he extracts his mud from, and how it's right next to a landfill. We've seen some sketchy wording coming out of Mark's mouth to try to cover it up, some really sketchy behavior. There are other bogs that are being named, like, no, it's this bog over here, but that bog is protected wetland. 90% of it is anyway, so it's pretty unlikely. They also say they have like the excavation rights and stuff wherever they do. Anyway, there's a lot going on. We have more updates on that situation thanks to MLM. So what she did, this is so fucking frustrating. What she did is she went into the Wayback Machine and found an old page of theirs that was linking to a YouTube video. And in this YouTube video, it was kind of like a who are we? Kind of like an introduction to Black Oxygen Organics, if you will. And in that video, there is like a split second, and I'm talking like super fast, where they zoom into a map where, again, Mark is caught saying it's like the Castleman area, the Moose Creek area. And by the way, this video is only a year old too, maybe like a year and a half or something like that, but it is not an old video. You would see a quick zoom in, and I have a screenshot of that right here, and unfortunately you guys are just gonna have to take my word for this next part because dun, 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 they must have gotten word that MLM found this video because I just went to go grab it to watch it with you guys, and they made it private. Yup, they're fucking hiding that shit. Can you believe this? Like, can you believe this? I have never seen an MLM, well, besides the whole paparazzi COVID super spreader event situation, but we're not here to talk about that. But other than that, I've never seen an MLM try so hard to cover something up. So I don't know if people were just starting to leave comments on that video, but seriously, just take my word for it because that's all you have alongside this screenshot that Mombi took. It zooms right into Castleman. And if you watched my last update video, I like showed you guys the map because there were a lot of people arguing like, well, it's only 15 miles away from the bog that you guys are talking about. It's totally possible that they do get it from that bog because like Castleman and Alfred aren't that far from each other. It's like, no, this video straight up zoomed in to Castleman, which is right where the Moose Creek Bog is. So again, it's more evidence that Mark is just covering this shit up, feeding lies to his distributors to be like, no, we don't get it from that landfill bog over there. We don't get it from the toxic waste place. No, that's not, we go 15 miles north. Like, what are you talking? You know, so just take my word for it. I promise you, because I did watch it. I watched it. I saw it with my own eyes when Mombi sent that video to the group chat of creators that I am in, the group chat. That it's all just a big boo discussion. I watched it immediately as she sent it, and it is now privated, so they're trying to hide that shit too. It's frustrating. But the main part of this video is I was also sent a Zoom meeting, a corporate update call from Black Oxygen Organics, and I have not watched a single second of it yet, although I do know that there's some juicy stuff inside, and I thought I'd just watch it with you guys. See what kind of shit Mark spews out of his butt. Oh, Pop-Tart, you're here. Good, great. Because I know it's not a video without Pop-Tart, huh? But yeah, there's some good stuff in here from what I understand. So let's see what kind of bullshit Mark pulls out of his butthole this time. Pop-Tart, your commentary is very important. Thank you. Let's do this.
Well, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. My name is John Elschuler, one of the co-master distributors for Black Oxygen Organics.
Okay, it's not Mark.
Welcome you to this special update call for our brand partner leadership here. This is a very, very important call. We're super excited that you're here to learn a little bit about this next generation, this next evolution of Black Oxygen Organics. And, you know, we've been through an amazing growth curve here in 2021. And what that means is we're just getting our house in order, making sure that we're on the right compliance road and that you have a clear vision of where we're going from this moment and how we are moving forward. So I'm deeply honored that you're here, that you've joined us in partnership, part of the mission here as we work to change lives in our neighborhoods and really all around the world. So let me be the first to welcome you to this call.
Okay, so we're going to hear about compliance. Oh, I guess I should mention that this is a thing that's going on, and a lot of you guys have messaged me about it, and yes, I know about it. If you are a part of any Black Oxygen Organics groups, like real ones, not like Boo is Woo, there are actual Facebook groups of Black Oxygen Organics distributors, fulvic acid heads, like those kind of things. Oh, my nail just came off. They have all recently changed the names of their group because it used to be like a Black Oxygen Organics education group or something like that. They have all changed their names to not have anything about Boo in the name of the group and to limit conversations going on. What happened was, there's got to be a screenshot of it somewhere. I'll see if I can find it.
Kapuskasing, Northern Ontario to Rivière-du-Loup, and to my surprise, I stumbled upon this one in Casselman, Ontario, that contained 36% fulvic humic acid. And
I was just scrolling through the Boo is Woo group to try to find these screenshots. They've got to be in here somewhere, but yeah, I just came across that video there. There's more evidence on some other call from 2 years ago of Mark saying is in Casselman. They can try to hide it all they want, but fuck, man. Oh, here's another one.
So I researched 63 bogs from Northern Ontario to Rivière-du-Loup in Quebec, and I stumbled upon this one here in Moose Creek, Ontario. I was raised in Northern Ontario, and when I was young, I used to go bullfrog hunting in these swamps, and I had like this black mud knee-high, and I said, well, maybe we have the same stuff here in Canada. So I researched 63 bogs from Rivière-du-Loup in Quebec to Northern Ontario and Kapuskasing, and I found that researching fulvic and humic, we had a wonderful opportunity because in Casselman, Ontario, and even in Northern Ontario, there was a humic content of 36%.
He's kind of got this down to a bit of a script now, doesn't he? He kind of says the same thing over and over again. Okay, so here's one, finally. I'm sorry, I've been scrolling for like a few minutes to find this, but this is one of many. But I'll just read you this one because you'll understand the idea. As many have been noticing, we are having to do an overhaul on our group to be compliant with our fulvic/humic company. See, they won't even say the name of the company. With that, we realized how incredibly boring this community would be, as we would never get to talk about all the amazing opportunities there are for healing. So we've decided to take the focus away from our fulvic humic company. With that said, we need your help. We have to scrub this group of all things that say Boo or Black Oxygen Organics and replace them with dirt or fulvic humic acid, fulvic minerals, or the like. We don't want to lose your amazing testimonies. So if you could please take the time to search your name at the top of the group and make whatever changes are necessary to your posts and comments, that would be so helpful. Otherwise, all posts and comments with these words will have to be removed by Tuesday. Thank you all for making this such a great community. We are really excited for the future and making the many faces of healing known to everybody. Yeah, so this is one of many. Boo management somewhere, or corporate or whatever, sent messages out to the uplines to basically say, like, yo, scrub your shit clean. Because of the so many false health claims, scary, dangerous health claims that these Boo distributors are making. So obviously somebody is watching them. Obviously someone said something to them that said, hey, you can't be saying this stuff because there's no scientific evidence to prove anything these people are saying. So to cover Boo's ass, they are basically threatening all of their distributors to take down any mention of Boo in any of their posts regarding the product, which is wild. Absolutely wild. Like, it has gotten so out of hand that this is the kind of shit they're doing. Like, compliance who? I'm gonna assume that we're going to hear all about that.
Today, I'm going to be turning the call over to our VP of Business Development. His name is Ron Monterulli, as you all know.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, John. I greatly appreciate it. Everyone that was invited to this call, As I made the comment on my last call, are August paid as diamond directors and above. So you're all leaders in the company, you're all building the company, you're out there communicating with our brand partners, you're communicating with our customers. We're going to be talking about a few things. But before we get started and dealing with our challenges, or what I would call opportunities, let's be reminded that some of the greats of this world are probably some of the greatest failures in this world. Many of you know Bill Gates, obviously. Many of you may or may not know that he had a failed company called Trafodata. But you know what? He absolutely loved computer programming, and he turned all the failures, everything he had learned from that, and he created this little tiny company called Microsoft. And in his words, he said, it's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure.
I'm sorry, can we not compare multi-level marketing distributors to fucking Bill Gates? I mean, that's assuming that if you are in a multi-level marketing company that you are actually a business owner, when we all know that you are not. It's not your small business, Karen. Yes, Pop-Tart, do you have something to say? Okay, thank you. Plus, Bill Gates is a billionaire, and I don't think any MLM distributor has ever made $1 billion through an MLM. This is so stupid.
I'm sure some of you might know this gentleman, Albert Einstein, big time failure. But some of you may not know that he could not actually speak fluently until the age of 9. But if you think about it, through his genius, actually laid the path for massive human advancement.
Listen, I don't think that it's fair to assume that anyone in a multi-level marketing company is anywhere near genius level. These people are giving themselves way too much credit. Albert Einstein, failure. Every single person on this planet has failed at something, somewhere. You can't say that Albert Einstein and Bill Gates are inherently failures because they failed at something one time. That's not giving them enough credit. Like, damn, it's kind of harsh.
His words are, success is failure in progress. Now, I'm going to unpack that just a little bit. And I've shared this with all the executives on the company, and I've shared this with many top level leaders in this company and other companies as well. If everyone here believes that there's going to be a day where everything is rosy and perfect, you really, really need to reevaluate your expectations, because it doesn't matter whether you're out in the direct sales industry or whether you're in your basic contemporary, different type of businesses, traditional businesses, it doesn't matter. The reality is there's always going to be something that's not working. There's a failure. And therefore we progress through the failures to constant and ever renewing success. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how life works. Abraham Lincoln, well, failed in business in 1831, suffered a nervous breakdown in 1836, defeated in his run for presidency in 1856, and certainly no stranger to rejection and failure. His comments, my great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. You see, that's the difference. Failure is inevitable. The question is, what are you going to do about it?
I'm starting to think that this isn't necessarily geared towards the distributors, and more so that it's them trying to build themselves up and be like, hey, Abraham Lincoln failed at their businesses. Bill Gates had a business and he failed. We're not done here. Maybe Black Oxygen Organics is kind of failing right now, but like, I mean, we practically might as well be Abraham Lincoln.
I have a saying, I'm up or I'm getting up. Because the reality is there's different phases, there's different times of celebration, and then there's different times of challenges in one's life. And this does not all have to mean business. This relates to every element of your life. And last but not least, I want to share a quote from J.K. Rowling.
Oh, God.
I had failed on an epic scale. An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded. And I was jobless, a lone parent, and as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. The fears that my parents had had for me and that I had had for myself had come to pass. And by every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew. Well, yesterday I went on the internet and checked her worth. And as of August 1, 2021, J.K. Rowling had a net worth of $1 billion US, or about 775 million pounds sterling. And of course, we all know that she is also the author of Harry Potter.
Oh my god, there's just like so much I want to say. You probably shouldn't compare yourself to J.K. Rowling because, I mean, do I even have to say it? There's a lot that you probably don't want to aspire to be that J.K. Rowling also is. A billionaire, you know, maybe, but no one in an MLM has ever made $1 billion off of their MLM. Come on. But again, I mean, I still wouldn't say that J.K. Rowling is a failure, like a failure of a human being. No, this lady she's done a lot of amazing things, and she's also kind of a horrible person, but we don't have to get into that either. Hopefully they'll get to a point here. I want to know who they're trying to refer to. Are they referring to the company, Black Oxygen Organics, or are they trying to refer to each individual consultant and say your business is not a failure, you have to keep trying so you can make $1 billion with Black Oxygen Organics? I
share these stories with you so that we all clearly understand what the path to success really looks like. Many people can live in a dreamy little world, and that's nice. I don't. I live in reality. I love this industry. There are some pieces of this industry I don't like. But when you hear stories when people are just on the verge of bankruptcy, and yet they're able to pull themselves out because of the direct sales industry. And you want to call it network marketing, you want to call it MLM, you want to call it relationship marketing, I don't care what you call it. This industry gives the average everyday human being an opportunity to be the best version of themselves.
Literally a 0.1% opportunity. Like, you want to talk about failures? Everyone else who's not in that 0.1% is going to be destined to be a failure because the statistics and the numbers just aren't on their side. Oh my God, surprise, surprise.
The opportunity is within people's hands, and there will be challenges along the way. And I think we all know the saying that if it doesn't kill me, it will only strengthen me. So let's continue. When you look at Black Oxygen Organics, do you see lemons or do you see lemonade?
I see fucking dirt. I mean, why wouldn't they just put a picture of fucking Boo right there?
That's a serious question.
Is it?
Because the reality is this: as we move forward, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change, which means what you think about will come about. So, are you thinking that you got yourself into a lemon-infested opportunity? Or do you see lemonade?
Lemons have a lot of good uses in cooking, okay? It's just like lemonade is not the best way to always use lemons. Like, come on. I hate this saying so much.
I know what I see. I don't know what you see. But that is a serious question that you need to ask yourself. And your team needs to ask themselves. Because the way in which that they look at Black Oxygen Organics, whether we're talking about the product, the opportunity, the people, whatever it is, you have to ask yourself that question.
Okay, let me tell you exactly what Black Oxygen Organics is. The opportunity, it's a pyramid scheme. The product, it's dirt. What more do I have to say? There you go. I answered your question for you from a realistic standpoint here. From reality, now you all want to manifest shit and live in your own la la land, your dream world, whatever the fuck it was he was saying. Those are the ones that need help with what they are seeing, what they are visualizing, because it's not reality. They're literally in a pyramid scheme that sells dirt.
I personally, just so you all know, do not feed negativity. I do not hang out in negativity. But that doesn't mean that I don't look at what's going on. I see it, and instead of festering in it, I work with the team to come up with solutions. And so ask yourself, moving forward in this presentation, which way are you going to look at what I'm going to present to you? Lemons and excuses or opportunity?
Lemons is excuses. Every villain is excuses. We're 11 minutes into this and he hasn't gotten to any point at all. He's just accused rich people and important public figures of being failures and also some bullshit about lemons.
Another word that you can use for lemons is challenges, issues, problems. Lemonade is opportunities. Anybody who knows anything about business knows that an opportunity is nothing more than solving a problem, a challenge, an issue.
What?
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how businesses succeed.
But this isn't your own business, though. Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to talk about how they're not business owners? They're just trying to sell dirt on Facebook? Is no one going to mention that?
In our day right now, where we are right now, we have opportunities. We have opportunities with our product. We have opportunities with our technology. We have opportunities with our customer service, and we have opportunities with our compliance. I am going to be talking a lot about compliance today.
I bet you are.
And if anything, please be sure to be here for that part of the presentation because it has a very deep meaning to you moving forward and to your entire organization moving forward and to Black Oxygen Organic.
Meaning if you don't comply with the FTC and Health Canada, we're not going to be able to sell this dirt to people anymore. So please listen. Please do listen. We want to continue to make ourselves rich and line our pockets with dirt money.
Our current product situation, as we all know, we currently have a Canada-only recall due to product label not matching the associated natural product number in Canada. Of course, we have haters and we have all sorts of people out there that are going to come up with their own version of what the truth is. Here's the reality. You know that we've never had any complaints to Health Canada or to us in 3 years.
I don't see where he's going with this. Okay, because listen, the NPN thing, the natural product number in Canada, was something that I wanted to bring up in my research. So on the certificate of analysis, there is an NPN number there listed. And when I was talking to Meg Priest, if you remember from my first video, I had an interview with her. She ended up talking to me about it, but I didn't put it in the video because, first of all, I didn't really know how to verify what she was telling me. And there had been other people in the Boo is Woo Facebook group kind of saying like, yeah, the whole NPN thing doesn't match up, but I didn't really know how to verify it and I didn't even know what any of that means. So it's just really interesting to me to hear them admit that, oh yeah, there actually was an issue with the NPM number. The product label not matching the associated NPN number. Yeah, like what the fuck? I mean, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like something that would be important to make sure that they line up with each other. What the hell is going on here? How do you even let that happen? But I guess like not having any complaints to Health Canada in 3 whole years really doesn't mean anything. Like that doesn't mean that the products have always just been great and then all of a sudden like the haters showed up and it's like, well, you kind of garnered yourself a lot of attention. I mean, when you brainwash people, they're not gonna really realize that they're literally just eating dirt and shitting out their intestinal linings and they're reading into all these things of people saying like those are parasites, and it's classic Facebook. Everyone always gets their education from Facebook and they have a Facebook PhD and all that shit. Like it brainwashes people in more ways than one. We all know that, right? I mean, yeah, if you're gonna make a business out of selling dirt, eventually people are gonna catch on. They're playing so dumb.
And then all of a sudden, there's all these complaints and problems. Gee, I wonder where that's coming from.
Sorry, my camera died. I don't know. Maybe it's coming from the fact that you're selling fucking dirt to people and people are finally figuring it out. It's funny how when you start educating people on the reality of the situation, and I myself have had a lot of comments on my Boo videos of people being like, hey, I was like researching Boo and I found your video and now I'm glad I never wanted to buy it and I never got involved in any of that shit. It's like, yeah, it's funny how when you start educating people that people kind of start opening their eyes. Not all of them. Some of them are brainwashed and it's going to take a lot more than a few YouTube videos to convince them that they're literally just eating dirt and shitting out their intestinal lining. But that aside, the fact that these things are happening, that Health Canada and the FDA are holding their products and recalling their products, like with what they're selling, it was really only a matter of time. Like, come on, take some responsibility for yourself. We've seen how sketchy you people are behind the scenes, like case in point, trying to private all your videos. You don't want to admit that you're extracting from really close to a landfill, so might as well just start hiding it, even though there's years and years of evidence to suggest that they are. No, suddenly, you know, it's just, you have to be able to admit that there are some fishy things going on here.
We currently have an FDA hold at the US Customs, the border. I talked about that last co-founder call. We've been shipping product to the US for 3 years, never having an issue.
This guy sounds really mad. We never had an issue. I guarantee he's gonna be like, it's because of the haters. I don't know, man. You guys are doing a lot of shit wrong. I'm sorry. Like, you have haters for a reason. How about you take responsibility for yourself? Maybe observe the criticisms, take some notes, maybe see why it is that you have these criticisms in the first place. And no, but instead it's just like, we're being attacked. It's that community, that anti-MLM community over there. It's not just the anti-MLM community. So it's not just a bunch of fucking haters. Like, you guys have wronged a lot of people, and it was, again, only a matter of time before people caught on to your shit. Sorry, I had to go make myself another drink. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm probably gonna be a little bit, I don't want to use the D word. It's Friday when I'm filming this. It is my Friday bottoms up. Oh, this is a whiskey sour, and then I put a pump of raspberry syrup in it, and the whiskey I used is the Jim Beam apple whiskey, and it is this is like my favorite cocktail. It's dangerous, let me just say that. Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I was saying. Hopefully I made a point or finished the point I was trying to make. Oh yeah, that's right, this guy was mad. Okay, let's continue listening to this guy rage about the haters.
And now all of a sudden there seems to be a challenge.
Oh.
Gee, I wonder where that comes from. You know, success can sometimes attract a lot of ugliness. But you know what? I see them all as incredible opportunities. So let's talk a little bit of our product opportunity for a quick second here. What you need to know is that an even better new product formulation, which will have a new NPN and make certain that we clear out all ambiguity.
He's so mad. Do you just hear the way he's talking? Like, what? He's so mad and I love it so much. Maybe they should have figured out the whole ambiguity thing before they like made a company out of this. If you're gonna make a fucking company, make a business out of this, you need to figure that shit out before you go public, you know? It is just obvious that people are going to look at what you're doing. He even fucking said himself, success brings on all kinds of all this shit. It's like, yeah, you guys are attracting a lot of attention right now and you're surprised that people are questioning that you're selling dirt. I don't get it. Oh shit, okay, sorry to cut in the middle of this. MLM Mombi just sent me updates on, okay, so I asked her if she had screen recorded or saved the video that she showed of them zooming into Castleman that I talked about at the beginning of this video, and she said, no, I didn't, but what the fuck? The fact that it was made private. You guys can see exactly what I'm seeing here. You can make whatever you want out of what I'm showing you. This is what MLM Mombi just sent me. Live updates, wow! 38 Industrial Street, Castleman, and it says Black Oxygen Organics. So is that supposed to be like their business address? Okay, wait. Let's just go through everything that MLM Mombi sent me right now. So obviously this is the screenshot I showed you guys earlier. You can see the Black Oxygen Organics watermark up in the top, so you can see that they were in fact zooming in on Castleman in that video. video. So the Castleman Bog is 11 minutes away from their headquarters, I guess. I think that's what these screenshots are trying to say. This is a screenshot from the Wayback Machine. Of all the bogs St. Ange tested over 60 across Quebec and Ontario, Castleman had the highest levels of humic acid. They even had, see, look, you can see up here where it's web.archive.org. MLM Mommy, you're a goddess. This is what they used to have on their website, of just all of these health conditions that apparently can be helped by eating this fucking mud. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's no fucking wonder that the FDA is up their ass, that Health Canada is up their ass. You look at this list of fucking literally everything you could ever think of, which obviously doesn't have very much scientific backing to say any of that, and they're sitting here like, oh, why all of a sudden are we getting all this attention, all this negative attention? It's like, it was bound to happen. Take some fucking responsibility for yourself. Damn. Anyway, and then she sent a screenshot to Black Oxygen Organics, has the sole extraction rights to one of the richest living. Okay, listen, if this was the Alfred Bog, like they tried to claim that it is, you're trying to tell me that a 90% protected wetland, 10%, which obviously is not protected, they got the sole extraction rights to a protected wetland. They're special enough to get to take the fucking mud out of the Alfred Bog. It's such bullshit. It is such bullshit. And I will call them out on it time and time again until they fucking provide us with some evidence that what they're saying about the Alfred Bog is true, then I'll fucking drop it. But I'm sorry, the Wayback Machine doesn't lie. The years and years of evidence of Mark saying it's Castleman area, Moose Creek area, Castleman Bog, Moose Creek Bog, we have heard all of that over and over again, and now they're trying to hide it. I will believe that, okay? I'm gonna believe that until you can prove to me that you are extracting from a protected wetland. You prove that to me, Mark.
Is going to be of the past. We actually are able to take this challenge, if you want to call it, and turn it into an opportunity where we can actually provide you and everyone around the world something even better.
I'm sorry, why the fuck wouldn't they? Sorry, I'm like trying to glue my nail back on. Why wouldn't they have just provided that in the first place? Sorry that we just expected you to trust us in the first place. Now we're gonna actually get you the information you need so you can stand firm on what it is we say. It's like, okay, you probably should have done that first.
I want you all to know that our new product formulation is currently in progress in reference to all market approvals. That takes a bit of time, but in the meantime, we're in progress. I want to remind everybody that some of you may have heard that the Canadians can actually purchase Black Oxygen Organics products, these new products coming out, at 30% off. And that's 30% off even the discounted. So in many cases, it's 50% off with an expected delivery date of early November. I cannot give you an exact date because I don't have an exact date, but it will be early November. And global markets will also be given the same opportunity as Canada, i.e. access to these products and discounts once we're able to get our production to where we need it to be.
But why? Why are they doing that? To say they're sorry? To say they're sorry for fucking all their customers and distributors over for the past however many years they've been open? I don't get it. Who do they think they're fooling here? I'm like actually concerned.
As of right now, we are still having products held, as I shared with you, and as I shared last week, or 3 weeks ago, and we're still in that situation. We will certainly know soon. And so we are prepared for which way that goes. If FDA says, yep, released just like they've released all the other products, then we continue as normal. If we somehow are not released, then we have a contingency plan for the United States as well, which will allow people to continue to build their business and grow.
But you're gonna do that without the product? I'm sorry. Aren't MLMs all about the product? It's not about recruiting. It's about the product. The product is so good. This dirt is so good. Dude, just please explain to me how Americans are supposed to grow their business without a product to sell.
No matter which way we look at this, I see it as somewhere down the line, very near being something that we can look back at and say, wow, That actually made us better.
I mean, it should, but you guys don't have that high of a bar set for yourselves in the first place. Maybe you shouldn't have been so ambiguous. Maybe we shouldn't have been just so, like, unclear about the whole thing at first. So, yeah, any type of clarity that you can provide instead of beating around the bush and being just all around sketchy is gonna be an improvement.
Now, technology. Let's talk a little bit about technology. We all know, some of you are newer, some of you have been here a little bit longer. From day one, which was March the 3rd, my birthday of all days.
Happy birthday.
We have had issues with our third-party back office company. The name of that company is Above Gem, and they're out of Santa Clara, California. We believed when we brought them on that they were going to be a massive upgrade from the last back office that we were working with. Now, it's no secret that, quite frankly, they've been a massive thorn in everyone's side. And that's on our side, and we clearly know that it's on your side. We have leaders spending hours and hours in their back office dealing with buyers instead of having fun marketing and promoting both the product and the opportunity.
Oh yeah, manipulating your friends and family on Facebook is really fun. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that I didn't even know they were having back office issues. So let's just further make yourselves out to be just a great opportunity. Everything about this is just great. Everyone should sign up for Bill. No, apparently their back office doesn't even fucking work either. Shit.
We're not blind. We're very well aware of it. And no one is happy about it. They have failed us. And so what's happened? The back office is ridiculously slow or completely shut down. This is our current situation. And I want to share something with you, which is pretty phenomenal if you think about it. Even though we've had all these challenges, we've continued to grow as a company. Could we have grown significantly more? Yeah. Could you have saved some hair in the process? Yeah, mine's gone. And could this ride have been more enjoyable? Absolutely. But in the meantime, I don't think I know too many people that once they're in the midst of the battle are smiling and having lots of fun and skipping down the road. They're dealing with it so that they can get to that place. We're actually now able to invest in the best of the best back office companies in the direct sales industry. They cost a fortune. I'm going to be straight up. And we have total control from day one. So when someone is sitting there waiting for 2 weeks for something to happen because we're depending on somebody else's customer service center to make some changes, well, that's no longer the case. That now lies squarely on us because we have the ability to go in and do what needs to get done.
I'm probably going to cut a lot of this part out just for the sake of time in this particular video you're watching right now. But basically what they're saying is like, oh, our back office before, like we had to depend on another company to get their customer service teams on our shit. But now it's going to be all on us. So we're going to have control. So in the future, if you hear anyone about Black Oxygen Organics complaining that their back office support sucks, you can blame Black Oxygen Organics for that. It'll all be booze fault when shit hits the fan later.
We are going to be shining. And I know it's hard to see it. I know that, you might even doubt it. I don't. I really don't. Because if I did, I wouldn't be here.
Dude, I'm sorry, but like that is the biggest fucking bullshit. Like if you didn't even have a single doubt in your mind, you wouldn't have even brought it up. I would be shocked if all of this comes to fruition at this point.
And we're not going to do it alone. We've got some serious teams working together, and we have you guys who choose to stay on and keep fighting with us. Because the fight, you know what? We're getting towards the last rounds. That's what I want you to know. It's not the first round. We're getting close to the end. That's when you got to be toughest.
Oh, for goodness sake, sir, can you silence your phone when you're going on a very important Zoom call? Can you please silence your phone? Like, obviously he put it on vibrate, but like, come on.
I want to share something with you, and this is the truth. Due to the lack of the back office issues, really, the back office has been an absolute nightmare. And customer service has absolutely been slammed with calls which are not getting responded to for days, and in some cases even weeks.
Probably.
And you know what? It's completely unacceptable. to you, to me, to the owners, to anybody who has any common sense. But it's also completely unavoidable at the beginning.
It's not our fault. It's not our fault. What is he gonna say? It's the haters' fault. They're the ones who are making people feel like they need to return our product and get refunds and reporting us to the FTC. It's the hater. Come on.
When you're constantly dealing with these back office challenges that when you think are all of a sudden solved, reappear. And so just when you start to kind of get a hold of things, well, the system kicks in and creates more commission issues, more auto ship issues, more shipping issues, more tracking issues, and so on and so forth. It's exhausting.
So basically what this guy is saying is like, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. If you want to have long-term success with our company, you better deal with our bullshit now. But don't worry, because as soon as we deal with this bullshit, there will never be any other bullshit again.
And I tip my hat off to the customer service people, because you know what? Not one of them left. And they all had a reason to, because they got pounded. And let me tell you something. I saw the emails. I saw the messages. They're not kind.
I mean, what do you expect? You bought dirt. Hey, Karen, you bought dirt. Don't be mean to the customer service rep because you bought dirt. Not just any dirt. Dirt from an MLM company. You want to talk about personal responsibility? Hey, Karen, you can take some personal responsibility for yourself, too.
As they continued to persevere, has it gotten a little bit better? Yeah, but not where we want it to be. Let's be real. And so we have an opportunity. We've actually brought in a customer service consultant to actually help us restructure this incredibly key department. And now, you know what? We're actually providing people an opportunity for employment when things are very difficult during this global pandemic. Oh yeah, it still exists. You know, we've heard it so much for so long that it almost comes to a feeling where, well, that's the past. No, it still has ripple effects.
It's not even a ripple effect. The pandemic is still going on, my guy. Read the Herman Cain Awards for 5 seconds. Holy shit. People are still dying. You know, as a matter of fact, more people are dying now than they were last year. Oh, but it's just a ripple effect. No, shit is still up. I just ordered pizza. Where were we?
Our Australia, one of the best fulfillment centers right now, because of COVID and because of following rules from the government, had to shut down. No orders going out for 1 or 2 days. Is that Black Oxygen's fault? No. Is it your fault? No. Is it the customer's fault? No. Is it their fault? No. But is everybody disappointed and angry because they want their stuff yesterday? Yep.
It's never their fault. Just remember, it's not their fault. It's not Boo's fault. None of this is Boo's fault.
We'll continue to bring on people. There's no limit. We got 6 new people coming in on Monday, and these are 6 that are in North America. These are 6 people that are going to be higher level, that have experience, and they start their training on Monday. It's also given us an opportunity to build out a compliance department, which was sadly needed and built up.
Wait, they didn't even have a compliance what did they call it? A compliance department. They didn't even have one of those before? They're fucking pulling mud out of a bog and selling it. And they didn't even think about compliance. I'm not surprised. What is my hair doing? I don't know.
That leads me to the last point. What is our current compliance situation? Well, let me be straight with you and frank. Right now, it's scary. Scary. I, in 21 years, have never seen anything like this. Never. And it's going to stop today.
You people are saying you're shitting out worms, and it needs to stop. Oh my God.
Customers and brand partners have completely disregarded our policies and procedures as well as our brand partner agreement.
Yes, they have. Yes, thank you. Because I do recall myself and other people also going through the policies and procedures and being like, hey, the policies and procedures straight up say they're not supposed to do that. And no one's doing anything about it. Wow. Shocking. Look at this chick here. She's like, oh, wow, we're going against federal regulation.
That stops today.
You will all stop telling people you're shitting worms.
If you go into your back office, your policies and procedures have been updated, as well as the brand partner agreement. Social media is full of claims that are non-compliant, and these outrageous claims, and I'm not even sure if outrageous is bad enough, are obviously attracting the haters, giving them more fuel for the fire, and potential government officials. I've seen people in the past say some absolutely ridiculous things on stage, at conference, or at local regional events. One company was doing $500 million, and all it took was one person who got caught on camera, and it took the company down to its knees. $500 million a year. Gone. Well, obviously the company suffered, but who really suffered? All of those honest people who loved the product, loved the opportunity, loved the company, and they all lost their business. That will happen if we don't clean this up.
That's what we've been saying. Listen, people in MLMs like to say that the anti-MLM community is nothing but a bunch of fucking haters. This is prime example number one of we bring up shit that is wrong, and the things that are wrong clearly need to be changed. Will I ever personally be okay with someone eating fucking dirt? Probably not. I'll probably still take a shit on them every once in a while just because it's ridiculous. It's funny how it takes people being like, hey, owners of a company, you're doing shit wrong and it's hurting people, and we're gonna make sure that you fucking stop hurting people. It's funny how it takes that for them to be like, this stops now, guys. I mean, it's literally like we're saying, hey, we know what you can and can't say, and the things that they are doing and saying, they cannot be doing that, and you need to fucking stop it because it's hurting people. And they're like, the haters said that we need to stop. Whose fucking fault is that? Whose fault is that? Oh, it's just the haters. We would have been able to continue operations as normal if the haters hadn't shown up. It's like, what did you expect? Have some responsibility. But it makes me happy to see, because at the end of the day, what do I want? What do I, as someone who is in the anti-MLM community, want? I want to see MLM stop fucking hurting people, stop bankrupting people, stop damaging people, stop damaging their lives, their relationships. And this is a step in the right direction. So for me to hear someone on a Zoom call at the top of the company, well, I mean, in the corporate sphere, I guess, makes me happy to hear them say that, because, oh, you want to talk about who's living in their dreamland, who's living in fucking La La Land? It's you guys. And then us here in reality, we're the ones who had to bring it up and be like, you guys can't be doing that. They should be thanking us. But no, we're just haters. Because if you would have just let the government agencies find out about this shit on their own without our help, you probably would have been in a big old mess of trouble. I mean, you're already in a big old mess of trouble, but like a bigger mess of trouble.
I want to also make everyone aware that these claims are dangerous.
Thank you.
I'm seeing people encouraging people, telling them that by using the products in ways that were never designed to be used.
What, douching? You mean douching with it? Using it as an enema? You mean literally shoving it up your butthole? It sounds insane, but listen, I didn't put any really like specifics in my original video about Boo, just because I thought a lot of it was too gross. But yeah, there's some gross shit. Even Mark St. Ange went on a Zoom call and said that, yeah, you can douche with it. Yeah, you probably should douche with it. Hey Mark? Hey Mark? It stems all the way up to the CEO, dude. It is not just the distributors doing this, and hopefully Mark has gotten a very serious talking to.
As well as being taken for serious health issues that actually should be treated by physicians. And they're kind of taking on that role.
Let me just remind you about the screenshot that I showed you guys earlier that MLM Mombi sent me. Here we go. These are all the things that their website used to say fulvic acid was helpful towards. I always like to make it a point to be like, hey, the distributors, they're people, and they're brainwashed people at that. You can't really blame the distributors when you have shit like that on your website, and obviously that's not there anymore. But it really set a standard prepared for how people were going to advertise this stuff, how people were going to sell this stuff to their friends and family, how people were going to build a network marketing business off of this. I'm sorry, but at this point, I don't blame the distributors. I blame the company. I mean, I've kind of always blamed the companies, like with everything we talk about, but I especially blame the company in this situation because not only did they allow it to happen, they cultivated it. It's not the haters' fault. It is not the distributor's fault. It's the company. It's Mark's fault. A lot of people failed here. You want to talk about failures too? A lot of people failed here, and y'all will be lucky if this doesn't bring you down into failure zone for the rest of your life.
Absolutely absurd. Absurd. It makes me angry.
Good.
It makes me angry because it's dangerous.
Same. That is why you got all this attention in the first place, because we're angry too. But no, fuck the haters, right? We're just doing the work that you should have done from square one.
And it changed. It's going to change today. The compliance opportunity is to build a long-term successful company. We must be 100% compliant. So we're going to do a complete reset when it comes to testimonials, non-compliant claims on social media or any other communication channels such as public meetings, Zoom calls, or webinars.
And so this is what I was showing you guys earlier, the screenshot of them being all like, we have 3 days or whatever to essentially reset our Facebook groups, and they are, you know, changing everything about Black Oxygen Organics to protect the company. Still talking a bunch of shit out of their buttholes about humic acid and fulvic acid and all that stuff. But as long as, you know, Black Oxygen Organics isn't tied into those claims and those statements that those people are making, they don't give a shit what they're doing on Facebook at that point, just as long as boo isn't brought into it.
And I'm hoping that you're all going to be a part of that cleanup, because without it, we don't matter what we do. It's not going to matter about our products. It's not going to matter about our technology. It's not going to matter about customer service. We will not have a company. So protecting Black Oxygen, the golden goose, and your personal business starts immediately, today. And my last point is this. You, as well as obviously everybody in your organization, have the opportunity to actually be a part of the mission to have 100 million people using our product daily.
I'm sorry, is it 100 million or 1 million? Because your PowerPoint says 1 million. 100 million people eating dirt every single day. That's the company mission. Huh, you're kind of reaching for the stars, buddy.
By keeping this company alive and well, or not. The choice is really yours. It really is. There's a way to do this. And there's a lot of incredibly good people out there that are doing it the right way. This is not, I don't know everybody here. I'm not following you on social media. I'm just seeing a bunch of stuff, and we can't pick and choose who's bad, who's good. We need to start from scratch. It's as if we're pushing the reset button when it comes to this whole area of business. As a matter of fact, there are some very, very successful network marketers that are basically on the fence saying, I would love to, but your compliance is out of control. And they're absolutely 100% correct.
So basically what they're saying here is they are proving David's point, which is the person I was saying in my original video. He's the one who got fired, or essentially let go, terminated from the company, because they were trying to bring someone else in from another network marketing company that was going to bring like a whole downline in with her, and they were going to put her at the top just without her having to work up to it or any of that shit. And David was like, that's not fair. And they were like, fuck you. That's essentially the long story short version. This pretty much just proves that, yep, they're doing exactly what David said that they were doing. Let me bring this up too. The narrative is that David is paying us to be boo haters. Hey, where's my check? I don't understand. They're like, these people have to have some kind of monetary motive. No, you see, you're clearly hurting people, and people with a conscience, people with any kind of heart or soul in their body anywhere, see something wrong with this. Yeah. So this is kind of just proving Dave's point, being like, yep, they're willing to bring people in from other network marketing companies and just stick them right there to build the company. And I guarantee they're going to do the same thing. Just stick them right on the top to build teams beneath them to make the company grow. Wow. Guarantee it.
So, cleanup time. There's a guideline that's in the back office. It'll be prettied up a little bit more. All of this has been vetted through our legal team. So nothing here is anything that we can't do as a company.
Is this like a disclaimer to be like, none of you guys can say that this is against your First Amendment rights? I mean, let's be honest here. The people, at least the Americans who are involved with Boo, basically most Americans who are involved with eating fucking dirt and believing this kind of science, which isn't actually science, people who believe in products like this definitely fall on one party line. Those are the same exact people who don't want to listen to what the CDC says or, you know, what any government agency says, but they'll listen to what their Aunt Rosie said on Facebook earlier. She's the expert. Those are the same people who are eating Boo and being like, you can't tell me what to post on social media. It's my First Amendment right, brother.
So what's happened? So we have a new compliance guideline, and it's going to be emailed to everybody, and you should all make sure that you know exactly where it is. And quite frankly, it should be on your desktop for quick access. Everything that we're doing is in the policies and procedures document that every single person has absolutely disregarded. So part of the guideline is actually a call to action for all brand partners. Now that's going to leave maybe in about a month from now, because that's a call to action for right now for everybody who's in the company right now. Whether you're a leader, whether you're a brand partner, doesn't matter who you are. You must shut down all your social media groups immediately. You have 3 days to comply or face very real possibility of being terminated. And I want to share this with you, not in a mean spirit, but in just an honest, straightforward, let's work together on this. It doesn't matter what your ID number is. You're either going to be compliant and work with us to build this incredible opportunity or not.
Yeah, they had to change their stuff under threat of termination. So like if there were any Facebook groups out there that were dedicated to Black Oxygen Organics up until this point, and they made any other excuse as to why they had to change their group name, this is why. Because they're literally being threatened with termination. And they don't want you to know that because like, oh, God forbid anyone knows that we're fucking everything up majorly and royally.
The good news is you can get started all over again. But this is going to require you to have a private, and it must be approved group by us prior to you setting it up.
Whoa, okay, this is very Paradise Paintings. If you are new to my channel, I highly recommend watching at least the last video that I did on Paradise Paintings. It was an MLM about diamond paintings. I have like multiple videos on the topic, but the last one I think is a pretty good encapsulation of the entire situation. But basically, yeah, same thing. The owner of the company of Paradise Paintings was saying the same shit. She was saying like, okay, I have to be allowed in every single group, in every single group chat that any of you guys have regarding Paradise Paintings, or else you'll be terminated from the company. This is very reminiscent of that, isn't it? And we all know what happened to Paradise Paintings if you watched the video and followed that whole saga. It wasn't good. If Boo is following down that same route of being like, we have to approve every Facebook group you make regarding Black Oxygen Organics or just fulvic acid products in general, then maybe at that point you're gonna get people being like, First Amendment, brother.
The fact that you shut it down and then just go out and do the same thing again, that's not gonna happen. What's gonna happen is you're gonna put a request in. The information is in the document, basically compliance at blackoxygenorganics.com. And you're gonna say, this is the name of the group. It's a private group. Here's the things that you need to ask your members who are coming into the group. And number 3, the administrator of an approved private group is responsible for the content shared, and should non-compliant material appear in that group, the administrator is responsible and will be terminated immediately.
So what you're telling me is that if you make a Facebook group and someone else makes a post in that Facebook group that's non-compliant or whatever, that says that they shat out some parasites or whatever, that the person who owns the group could be terminated from Boo. That's dangerous. I mean, on their end anyway, because let me tell you what, do you know why it is that myself and many other anti-MLM creators, not even anti-MLM, just people have like all this information and screenshots and all this shit about Boo, blue because we get into their groups. There are a lot of us who are moles in all of these groups. We will find them and we will be in them. And I don't want to give us more credit than it's worth, but I don't know. I think we deserve a lot of credit at this point. But I mean, I'd be scared to set up a group in the first place. Maybe they'll ask for like a member number, an ID number or something like that. But like, we also have sources that we can easily find a way to fake that. I guarantee that there's nothing that these people can do to keep moles out indefinitely. Any Black Oxygen Organics distributor should be scared of being an administrator of a group regarding Black Oxygen Organics.
Should we find a social media group that is not on our approved list, the administrator of that group will be terminated. So the reality is this: we've gotten ourselves to this place. I didn't want to be here. I don't think you want to be here. But you would be shocked at how many people contact us.
I can't stop looking at this brush here on the picture and thinking it looks like spaghetti. I'm really hungry. My pizza will be here in 20 minutes. Does it not look like spagooter?
Well, I want to chomp down on it, period, because I think it's dangerous. It's just not right. It's not socially responsible. And that's not the kind of company we are. So we're going to clean it up.
Good. You can't be mad at your distributors for that because you fucking did this. This was your atmosphere that you created. You guys clean this shit up. You guys figure it out. Don't fucking make any of your distributors feel like they did anything wrong because they were just like going along with the flow, man.
Also, critically important, compliance training. Compliance, understanding, and importance needs to be part of all your calls and training. Simple. Out of sight, out of mind. And slowly people start to go back to their human nature of having to think that they have to tell people that this product grows limbs for them to sell it.
And he's not even joking about that. There was one person, and of course, I don't want to post the screenshot here because I can't even fucking look at it. It grosses me out. You know what? Actually, in Illuminati's video, you could see it. She put the screenshot in there. I had to like look away. It's gross. But if you're into this kind of shit, there's one person who claimed that her bone was sticking out of her finger, like she lost part of her finger and her bone was just sticking out, and then claimed that Black Oxygen Organics literally regrew part of her finger. I mean, he's not even exaggerating. This is literally something that people were saying. It got that fucking out there.
It's a mineral. We need to keep things in perspective here. And there's things we can say and there's things we can't say. And all that information is in your back office. There's testimonial guidelines. There's even wording on what you can say and what you can't say. But I don't think anybody's ever gone into that section of the back office. So, training.
He's so pissed.
Literally have a compliance training as part of your training schedule.
Now, this speaks to when we are always talking about here in the anti-MLM community that the training that they always talk about, that they're always saying, yeah, you're going to join Monat and you're going to get all this training. Like, you don't need any outside experience. We're going to train you right here. And that goes for any MLM, not just Monat. I always use Monat as an example because they're just the fucking worst. But anyway, this just goes to show that, everything that we always say about how MLM training, it's a lack thereof, dude. Like, there really is no real training. And he's sitting here like, there's compliance training in the back office. No one fucking reads that. Listen, when I was with Lime Life by Alcom, like the first day I was a consultant or whatever, a beauty guide is what I was called. I asked my upline, like, what do I do? Where should I start? What should I do? And she said, there's a bunch of documents you can go read. I suggest you read all those in the back office. I got bored of that shit in like 10 minutes. Yeah, I didn't read almost any of that shit. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who was ever recruited for an MLM who didn't read all the compliance shit that they were supposed to. All the training shit that they were supposed to. I was told what to read, but I didn't read it because it was just a lot of mumbo jumbo that I didn't care about. Like, just tell me how to fucking sell the product so I can make money. No one ever taught me how to do that, so case in point here. Any training that an MLM says that they're gonna offer you, it's bullshit. Because a lot of it is this. It's just a bunch of shit in the back office that no one ever looks at.
So, in an effort to protect your organization and your income, as well as the company as a whole, we expect everyone who wants to be a part of the future with Black Oxygen Organics, we should also commit to becoming part of the solution and not the problem. So this is a huge invitation to be a part of the solution. to work with us hand in hand. Because the truth of the matter is, what we haven't even touched the surface of what the opportunity is. Not even touched the surface. There's 3 P's in this industry that are required for success.
Who are these people and did they consent to being used in the slideshow? I would be pissed if someone used my face without permission in a slideshow about selling dirt to people in a pyramid scheme.
The first is a product, and our product shows great results fast. It needs to happen fast. It's a renewable product, which means it has to be purchased every month, and that's what creates your residual income. And we've got a new formula that's going to be even better. Our product is a cornerstone of this company. Our program, which is our compensation program, I hear over and over and over and over again. I just got a message literally about half an hour prior to me jumping on this call saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they showed me a screenshot of their back office with $9,000 in there and going, this is wild. Because the truth of the matter is brand partners have never made as much money as they are here at Black Ocean. And it's only going to get better.
Is that an income claim? I don't know how it works in Canada, but in America, you pretty much can't say what he just said. And I know that this is supposed to be a private Zoom call that obviously the public is not supposed to be hearing, but we're just special. Even then, like, I'm pretty sure that you can't say all the things that he was just saying. Like, you want to talk about being compliant, the FTC would probably tell you that you can't say that stuff.
It ain't going to get better if we're shut down.
Turn off your phone.
And the last P is people. And that's you guys. And although this call may sound firm, aggressive, the truth of the matter is we have actually attracted some of the most amazing leaders that I've ever seen in 21 years. Really, honestly. And what's great is that many others are circling the boat.
What he means to say is some of the best manipulative people and brainwashers I've ever seen in my life have recently joined this company. Not much to brag about, my guy.
They're wanting to jump on. There's a couple of pieces to the puzzle that need to be cleaned up, and that's what we're doing, so that they've got a safe harbor to come into and they can build their business even bigger. The objective here doesn't change. It's always been 1 million users a day.
Okay, so it is 1 million, because he said 100 million earlier, didn't he? 1 million out of the almost 8 billion people in the world really isn't that much, but you really want to get 1 million people every single day to eat your dirt. What a strange existence this is.
So that's right there in the forefront of our mind. So I come to this slide. I got 2 more slides. The choice is really yours. There's 3 choices here on the table. And I will share this with your folks on the next call as well. But this is for everyone. Number 1, continue to build your income, your opportunity, share this product, be a part of the company, and be a part of the future of what's to come. Option 2, you can be terminated for non-compliance. Option number 3, you can just quit and leave.
Listen, it's pretty, like, impressive, at least maybe on MLM terms, that they're being this strict and this kind of aggressive about all of this shit, because we don't see it very often. Although, another thing we don't see very often is people claiming that their MLM product regrows limbs and that they're shitting bugs out of their body or quantum tunneling worms out of their feet. Listen, the whole thing is just unusual. But at least they're setting this precedent to be like, if you have a problem with not being able to tell people that worms quantum tunnel out of your body now, then you can fucking leave. At least there's that. Because I think any other MLM I've ever seen, like when they deal with road bumps like this, they're just kind of like, please comply. Please don't leave. Please don't leave our organization. These people are just like, fucking quit. It's a whole other story if they're going to actually hold themselves to it, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for Boo in that regard. I'll be very interested to see.
Those really are the options. And if I may say, if you do choose number 2 or number 3, which is your choice, I encourage you to take the high road. Leave silently. And we wish you the very best of.
Please don't tell on us. Please don't air our dirty laundry to the haters if you leave or get terminated. Please don't do that. again, it's like they don't want to take responsibility. They just want to blame their distributor. They want to blame anyone else except for Boo. And that's including their distributors who made them a shitload of money.
And that's a genuine statement.
No, it's not.
That's not tongue-in-cheek.
This fucking company is filled of a bunch of crying man-baby toddlers. They really would rather that you stay and deal with their bullshit than run away and tattle on the teacher, you know?
Genuine.
It's not genuine.
We know what we have. We know where we're going. And we want every single one of you to come along with us. But we got to play nice together. And I believe in the bottom of my heart, we can accomplish that. I hope that there's none of these folks on this call.
What the fuck? Love your haters. They're your biggest fans. I hope there's none of these folks on this call. You know, if you really wanted to keep this private, you probably should have done a better job, because here we are. And now YouTube is going to get to see all of this wonderful hatred towards your distributors. All of the gaslighting, all of the blaming, all of the lack of responsibility that you are willing to take for yourself, Boo. Yep, we're all here. People are here on this call. That's why I have this screen recording. Thank you very much. Do better.
But I do have a message for all the haters out there.
Here we are.
We want to thank you. We want to thank all the haters for helping us grow. Because hater, you have gotten the word out about Boo, and the majority of the people reading or watching your lives end up doing more investigation and want to actually try our products even more.
They are so sad. What is it? Like, I love my haters. They make me famous, or whatever the fuck it is they're saying. No, you're being investigated by the FDA and Health Canada right now. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can thank us haters for... It's like, well, what was I saying earlier? Like, you guys would have just continued being non-compliant with these government agencies if we hadn't stepped in and fucking spread the word. I still don't think that that's being a hater. It's just being, I don't know, at the very least you could say we're tattletales, but I don't give a shit because you're hurting people. They don't want to even take responsibility for that. Oh my god. Like, if you guys even knew, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do know, but some of the screenshots we have from Boo distributors saying that it has done this and that, and the pictures they post, it is gross. But no, it's the haters' fault. No, this was so inevitable. It's mind-boggling. I just want to point out that there's an entire slide directed towards haters. He cared enough about the possibility of haters seeing the haters of us, those of us who are watching this, seeing this. He dedicated an entire slide to us. Don't we feel special? Shouldn't we feel special? Great job, hater. Keep going. Good job. Huh, Pop-Tart? Pop-Tart's purring right now.
Give me. You're a hater too, right? I think we should all listen to this message to the haters, huh?
And because of their misguided, twisted, evil intent, they've actually helped brand partners and you guys make more money, since sales have actually increased each and every month since January 21.
Well, so the one thing that I want to point out is that the Boo is Woo group, which has exploded, and which is where basically all of these allegations, screenshots, all that shit came from. They didn't start until like June or July or something like that. And he's like, we've been experiencing growth since January. It's like, I don't think you can blame the haters for growing your business back in January. It's only like the past few months where people have been made aware. This sounds like a lot of deflection. This sounds like a lot of being like, oh no, we're doing great. It's like after a bad breakup and you're like, no, I'm fine. Trust me, I'm fine. I'm doing better than I've ever been. You know, it's one of those. Like, that's exactly what's going on here. Meanwhile, their shit is being held by the FDA. Meanwhile, they are on the brink of being shut down. Meanwhile, he just got done scolding his entire audience of distributors. But it's our fault. We're the ones who are helping them get sales. No, I think it's because your fucking sales force has been running around on social media saying that it regrows limbs and cures cancer and cures COVID and cures fucking anything under the goddamn sun. I'm pretty sure your sales are growing because there's a lot of manipulative people who are preying on the vulnerable, people who have health issues and have nowhere else to turn. A lot of people who maybe can't even afford health insurance in America, and they're like, oh, but this magic mud can cure my cancer, so I'll buy that. It's worth a fucking shot. I don't want to go to a hospital and get chemo, especially during COVID. They don't got room for me anyway. There there are so many factors at play here that they're unwilling to consider because they're so fucking full of themselves that they believe that any kind of interest in black oxygen organics in the first place comes because people hate them and the haters make them stronger. I'm sorry. We're definitely not living on the same planet, my guy. I feel like this is gonna be so fucking good, whatever it is he's about to say.
But aren't we supposed to be at the mercy of our knees? Isn't everything falling apart? Isn't everything toxic? We're all going to be glowing in the dark real soon.
Isn't
and
it?
all these mad, ridiculous claims that are out there. Yet we're growing in sales every month.
Well, what are they selling? Because I'm sorry, but like when I was doing my boo video, my original one, I couldn't even get to the shop page because it was shut down. So like, who's ordering your shit if the shop page isn't even working? And even then, why would anyone place orders if the FDA is holding 500,000 bags of your shit? I think this is a very clear deflection of them just trying to be like, no, we're fine. We're fine. We're doing better than ever. No, you're not. You just got done fucking scolding your distributors like they were toddlers who just got done drawing on the walls with crayon or some shit.
You see, I don't listen to the crap that's out there. I look at the numbers because of the incredible brand partners, leaders like yourself. We actually have more financial resources now to hire high-level experienced MLM corporate executives.
Good. Because you clearly didn't have that before and now you fucking can get them and that's what you need so you can stop making these crazy health claims and stop hurting people financially and physically and medically. Like, stop hurting people. That is our mission in the anti-MLM community and probably a lot in just the anti-boo community, whether they're anti-MLM or not. No matter what it is, no matter who it is, the issue is you're hurting people. So yeah, okay, if you have the money to hire people to teach your distributors how to not hurt people anymore, and hey, maybe get some lessons to fucking Mark St. Ange over there, that's fucking great. Stop going on Facebook and trying to say it regrows limbs. That's all we've been asking for. And yeah, you know what? You're selling dirt, and we will be haters, probably until the end of your time. How can you not hate on a company that literally is just selling dirt? You're going to attract haters. What do you fucking expect, my guy?
And the supporting staff, which means we're going to get to 100 million even faster.
Wait, is that 100 million or 1 million? You've changed it. Which one is it? I don't even have to explain this. You guys heard it. You heard it with your own ears. First it was 100 million, then it was 1 million, and now it's 100 million again. What is it? Get your shit straight.
So with that, I say thank you to all the haters that are out there. Now, I could have made that comment tongue-in-cheek. I could have made that comment as, oh yeah, sure, that's what they have to say. But I like to differentiate between fact and fake.
Clearly, just by looking at what we're looking at here, he's going to try to be like, see, look, here's the proof that we're doing so much better. And with that, my pizza's here. I'll be right back. I'm living my best life, are you? This pizza's the fucking best. We get it from a local place. Anyway, I hope you don't mind. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and 15 minutes filming this and drinking. So as we continue to listen to this, I am going to be eating pizza. So I'm very, very sorry if that kind of thing grosses you out. If you don't like to watch people eat, I'm sorry, but I'm so fucking hungry. Yeah, this chart looks like in April here, there was a spike between April and June. But again, let me remind you that the Boo is Woo group, the famous group, I believe started in July, which was here. There was a big growth here for some other reason, and then we heard about it in between this area here, probably. And that has to be when the haters showed up, you know what I mean? Like, right? Like, there was already growth. I guess it doesn't matter where the growth came from. It's just like, for him to be like, it's because of the haters. Look at how much we've grown. It's like, oh my God.
What they're throwing out is fake. Here are the facts. The facts are since March, but I'll use the number January just to give a little bit of breathing room, to August 31st, we've actually attracted 21,000 new brand partners and 38,000 new customers. Our sales have gone from, as you see, that's pretty close to near zero. That was like a couple $100,000 to just under $4 million, of which I know we would have done more if our back office wasn't down for 2.5 days, almost 3 days in August. This is the facts. I've told my kids from the day they could understand their dad, the truth will always prevail. The truth will always come out.
Can we talk about why this guy's fingernail is bloody? I mean, there are hand models all over the place. Just ask Joey Tribbiani. You couldn't find anyone who doesn't have blood under their fingernails. Did this guy just get done fucking murdering someone and dumping their body in the Moose Creek bog? Like, oh my farts.
And we stand firmly on who we are. We stand firmly on what we say, and we will grow. And we will persevere. And we will become one of those storylines that went, oh my God, you remember? Yeah, but why are you standing on stage as a Royal Diamond Ambassador, CEO?
Did he just say World Diamond Ambassador CEO? Is that what they fucking call it? Like, I could have memed that shit. That sounds like you're sarcastically making a joke about a rank name, but no, if that shit's real, if that's what they really call their top distributors, then like, they're asking for it, man.
Because you were here, you persisted, you moved on, you were able to decipher the truth from the crap. And once all of this is taken care of, which does not happen overnight, you'll also reap the benefit of a very strong company that's prepared to do what they need to do to keep on moving forward. No one's knocking us off the rails. If anything, we're even more determined. I swear to God on my mother's life, I finished doing this presentation last night at 12, around 1 o'clock. I sent out the emails to corporate team. At 12:22 a.m., I get this message out of the blue. I believe we can go Australia, not just our team, but total market to 100 to 180 million in the next 3 to 5 years. But wait a second, we're falling apart. We're at our knees. Everything's a mess. They're in the same company you are. And yet they're telling me that they think we can get to almost 200 million in Australia alone. Oh, by the way, this came from some serious leaders that have been through this before. We're talking top 25 earners in billion-dollar companies that are here. Wait. Then he sends me another message, or that one came first, 12:21, the other one's 12:22. Mate, this is definitely a billion-dollar company in 6 to 8 years, if it's all done right. And then he went out to say, and this was amazing. What did I talk about today? Compliance, back office, and scaling.
I mean, compliance is obviously their number one issue right now. This whole thing is just kind of like, we're fine. We're gonna be a billion-dollar company. And it's like, I can't imagine a world where people are spending that much fucking money on dirt. But nothing surprises me anymore. So fucking maybe, but you guys gotta get your fucking shit straight. And as long as they're a thing, there is going to be continued scrutiny against the products you guys are selling. This is like a very obvious like protection tactic that they're doing here, where they're just like, no, we're fine. But all I have to say is we'll see. We'll see where you're at in a few months when the FDA and Health Canada is done with all their shit. You'll be lucky to come out of that alive. And then if/when you do, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, brother, and get your shit together. This presentation would have been so much more powerful if he had just, not even powerful, I mean, just like it would have sent more of a message if he just ended it before he started going off about the haters, because now he just sounds like a whiny little baby, like a sore loser, you know?
These are people that have been there, done that, know the deal. And here he is texting me as I'm finishing up this presentation to share with you today. And then he was asking whether or not we're considering consolidating existing markets before we open up too many new ones. And if you want, I'll answer that. No, we're going to tighten up what we have. And then when we're ready, as I've said before, we'll look at 2022 for expansion. Nothing until then. We have enough to do right here. And we have enough of an opportunity. And so I'll share with people this comment. You can either be part of the history of this company or you can read about it. But we will succeed.
My hater ass feels so owned. Sorry about your dick, bro. Fuck.
Now, I want to share as my last slide. I want to thank you for your attention. I want to make a statement. Our products do not cure, treat, diagnose, mitigate, or prevent any disease. We got a message that came to us, and we thought we would read it for you. Mark St. Onge. He is our CEO, product formulator, and co-founder of the company. You are a wonderful, wonderful, kind, clever, caring, and compassionate man. And I am so grateful to you, as are all my many friends. I used to be a medical doctor, and in all my years, I have never seen anything which we could do in medicine to do the things Boo is doing for people. Thank you a million times over. I will never stop sharing how wonderful this is.
Do you think the FDA would be chill with you saying Boo does more than medicine ever will? That doesn't sound like compliance to me. Also, who the fuck sent this message? Also, my many friends. Congratulations on having many friends. Way to fucking rub it in.
There's two sides to every story, ladies and gentlemen. And then there's the truth. And the truth is this.
Hold on. Two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. Are there three sides to every story then? Right? That would make it three sides, not just two.
The people that write these kind of comments, the people that see the future, the people that want to lock arms with us, the people that really know what they have are the people that we want to build this company with. The others, with all due respect, honestly, they really should find another place. Not in spite or nothing. It's just that we as a company are building a culture.
They're building a cult. Sure. No, this is a dirt cult.
That doesn't mean we don't want to look at what the challenges are. Of course, that's how we get bigger and better. But there's a difference between looking at the challenges and just saying, okay, let's put our thinking caps on and solve the problem, as opposed to going wild. And right now, that's the case. So with that, really, honestly, my plea as the Vice President of Business Development to all you incredible leaders, and I don't use those words lightly because you don't get to where we are without great leadership. I just encourage you to lock arms with us, be a part of the future, work together with us. There's a lot of experience here. We know what we're actually doing. We're putting the right pieces in place so that we can build this thing bigger and better than anyone could ever think. So with—
Oh, I'm still chewing my pizza. Okay, well, that's the end of what I have. Obviously, there was more to whatever it was he was saying at the end, but that's all I got. That was the most pathetic fucking webinar, slideshow, corporate call that I've ever heard in my life. Like, that was absolutely painful to listen to. To hear a grown man beg and plead for people to stop fucking going against compliance of government agencies, and then to turn around and blame haters like a little baby.
The bullies did this.
Sir, how old are you? Like 50? I'm pretty sure you're like completely aware of how to take responsibility for yourselves. And they almost had it, right? They were trying to hold the representatives, the distributors, accountable for all the shit they were posting on social media. But then they kind of turned around and they were like, hey, we've never had this issue before the haters showed up. Funny how if you say you found the fucking Garden of Eden and it's gonna cure you of all your shit, you can't act surprised when people want to try it, you know? So it's like, I don't think the haters did any of that. Anyway, that was fun. I'm sorry this video is probably going to be really, really long, but I had fun and I hope you did too. And now it's time to thank my patrons and my YouTube members. Now these are all my financial supporters. They get access to our private Discord server. We have a postcard club. I give you guys early access to videos whenever I'm able to. Lately, it's been pretty good. I've been pretty good about doing that. Most of the videos that have been coming through to you guys have been a day early. So if I do say so myself, I've been kicking ass at that. Lots of just other fun stuff. So if any of that sounds good to you, or if you just want to support your girl, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. They're all the same. You can just pick whatever platform you want. All the rewards and stuff are the same. And now it's time to thank those people. So the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Quinlan E., Amanda Shannon, Elizabeth Wyatt, Eve Blondo, Nitty Dragon, Leanne, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Raya Mew, Turd Ferguson, Laura Lynn Martin, Alice W., April Lindblom, Boris Geller, Katrina Rosemerick, Claire T., Danae Twitchell, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Lauder-Craddock, Jerry Duncan, Heidi Ha, Julia Wheeler, Kelly Cruffield, Kim Cartwright, Lizzie McQueen, Maddie Darley, Melissa Grote, Rachel McHenry, Samantha Jackson, Stephanie Hell, Tuesday the 13th, Lizzie Lyon, J. Marie, Tiffany Brust, Auntie Lou, Fallon Lowry, Sabrina Franklin, and Julia Nieberdowski, and to the rest of my wonderful patrons and my members, and not just, my financial supporters in general, thank you so much for being here and for being being you. If you made it to the end of this video, even if you're not a financial supporter, I still appreciate you so much, because let me tell you what, the algorithm loves watch time. It is like the #1 way for my videos to be seen by other people outside of our community. So thank you. I appreciate you so much. Keep making waves, babes. I will obviously keep you updated on the booth situation as I see fit. I'll smell you all later. Mommy Snummy. What?
What are you gonna do when you are done filming your video?
Eat my pizza.
Dad, what?
Go to sleep.
Okay. Watch Lord of the Rings
You want me to watch Lord of the Rings?
again.
Maybe, yeah. Bye.